Alright guys, I'm out here in the winter eye and you can see all this alfalfa that's growing, that's coming up. I had mentioned before that when I planted this winter eye, I had some seed left over. That's all alfalfa growing that was in that seed mix. It's coming up all over out here. My plan is not to seed this field down for hay crop. It's basically just a cover crop that I'm hoping I can cut for hay next year before I spray it and plant corn again. I want to plant corn here one more year before I seed it down. I'm hoping next year to chop the whole 10 acres off and then do a fall seeding like this, and it'll be hayfield after that. But yeah, you can see all that alfalfa coming up. So it is coming. You can see how tall this winter eye is getting and the oats are getting. There's quite a bit of stuff here already, and it should make some decent hay in the spring. Worst comes to worst, if I have to, I'll cut it and do it as baleage so I can get the corn planted earlier next year, because next year I would like to be able to chop the corn 2 weeks earlier, because an extra 2 weeks of growth on this in the fall would be huge. So that's, I mean, that's how tall it is already, and all that clover and alfalfa is coming up. I can see some of the grasses are coming up. So yeah, that's what this stuff is looking like. It's better than being bare dirt. That's all I can say. And if it didn't look like that, it looked like that with all these weeds growing. So, you know, I would rather have the winter eye than all this crap. But as you can see, the corn, it's pretty much there, ready to go. It's probably, I know it's still a little too high in moisture to go in a bin, but I'm thinking that by the time we get the beans done, this should be close enough that worst comes to worst, got to put a fan on it for a week or so. But it's getting there. I like to hurry up and get a combine so I can get the rest of it planted too. And then all the other corn in the bean field, they need to get harvested and cover crop planted. They're only going to get winter eye. They're not going to get the grass mix, obviously. The only reason this got the mix is because I had some. So, but you can see it is growing. And honestly, in the last, I don't know how many years I've tried it now, I've had better luck with new seeding in the fall than I have in the spring. It seems like in the spring you get it planted, then the weeds start growing. They kind of choke the new seeding out. Where in the fall the weeds are kind of done. We get more moisture. You've already got warmer soil. It almost seems as though the cover crop and the new seeding stuff grows faster in the fall. So that's kind of what this is looking like. You know, there's some bare spots, but you're gonna have that regardless. And no-till isn't as good for establishing a new crop of grasses as tillage is, but I don't like investing the money in diesel fuel and wearing out steel to work up the ground. And they're still out there working on that hayfield. Fat and happy. And I'm pretty sure that field's going to hold them over for a couple more weeks. I'm really hoping that hayfield we'll hold them over until we get our first frost and the grass goes dormant. I'm trying to let the pastures grow as much as possible, because my pastures, I don't really stick a lot of money into them. In the past I have put fertilizer on, but I don't all the time just because of money. So I'm trying to let that grow as much as possible and build up as much mulch as possible, if you want to say. It's only going to make the stand better next year. This year was better than the year before, and the year before was better than the year before that. And that's kind of the rule of thumb I've always done with the pasture. So it's got to be helping somehow, because like I say, the pasture does better every year. So yeah, I'm gonna graze that hayfield off. Hopefully that'll hold them over. If it doesn't, I'll have to throw up a fence over here quick and get them on this other hayfield. I was gonna cut it for hay, but I don't think this field at home I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna do that on the rental ground. So yeah, that's kind of the plan there. But that's what she's looking like. Yesterday, I want to say it was 40. We woke up, it was 42 degrees or something, so it's getting there. It's getting me the time of year where it's getting cold in the morning. So today it's mid 50s and windy and damp and cold. There's the pony. She's got her pasture chewed right down too, but she's still fat, so she's still finding stuff to eat. But that's kind of what this is looking like, guys and gals. Sometime today I'm gonna ride up in the woods and make a video of what that looks like up there too, where we're improving the ground and the soil up there. So stay tuned for more.